ready. Positions, please. Quiet on set. Going live. In 5, 4, 3.
Make it zone number 1. Houston, we have a problem.
I don't understand.
That is awesome! You gotta be freaking kidding me!
God, please, no!
Oh yes, they are back. It's Series 7 of the Multicoloured Talk Show with your hosts Stephen Gerald and Eddie Hastings.
Don't start yet.
Good morning.
You put something in my tea.
I have put nothing in your
It
tea.
doesn't taste right.
Do you know what? We look a little bit low there, don't we?
Because we're in the chicken shack, everything's low, the prices are low.
I'm going to mess with the camera. Let's have a mess with the camera.
I said to him, have you washed my cup? He
Oh, there
says,
you go.
yes, I've washed your cup, Steve. I went, fabulous.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste right.
It's not.
Unless you change tea bags.
No, we haven't. Well, you know, I mean, it proves that we actually wash them if I've left some washing up liquid in there. See, great.
If I'm ill. Anyway, good morning.
You won't be ill. Very good morning. Welcome to Saturday. It's 11 o'clock. That sounded like Cracker Jack then, didn't it? Do you remember that? It's Friday.
It's 5 to 5,
and it's Cracker Jack. No. Good morning.
Cabbages.
Cabbages, yeah, and stuff like that.
Aye, I've got hay fever.
Hay fever. I think that's a bad night, or is that it?
No, it is. I was talking to Holly. Holly's permanently hay fever. She's the
Really?
epic. She's the epic zone of hay fever.
Do you know what? We don't look the same without glasses on, do we?
I look younger.
Yeah, but dear, I don't know. There you go. Right, I've just got to say this to start
I
with.
keep saying this with like the two Ronnies.
Yeah, I've got to say this to
What?
start with. Shalmadine, 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 Shalmadine.
What's that?
Well, Eileen, Shalmadine and Harry, they watch us every
Wales.
Saturday morning. And I've never got the name right. Never got the name right. So I've been practising all week.
What's the name?
Shalmadine.
That's the first name.
Yeah, no, that's the second name. It's Harry and Eileen.
Harry and Eileen Shamadine.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
I've no idea.
Shamadine sounds like an Arabic name.
Does it? I have no idea.
Doesn't surprise you from England.
Yes, obviously.
Well, there you are
from
then.
it. But there you go. A very good morning. Welcome to Saturday here with him and me on the Multicoloured Talk Show. You got anything nice to say to people?
I don't know. He made me run down to the car earlier.
No, I did not.
You did.
No, I did not. Let's say a very good morning to our friends on XPTV1.
www.xptv1.com.
On Facebook, YouTube, give us a subscribe, we like them. And also you can catch up with us on Spotify now
Spotify.
as well. Now I've got to tell you, XPTV1 going absolutely mad. You
They're all there. Why?
You can find us from everywhere across the globe now.
Lots of people from all over the world.
Do you know what they did though? They've put the new Apple app up, right?
How did they
And
Apple?
within less than a week, 1,800 downloads on the Apple app, which is
Really?
yeah, unbelievable. We are all over the world. Right, let's say good
So
morning.
if I stick at this job, I might become famous.
You are famous.
Oh, am I?
You
Well,
are.
thank you, everybody.
If only at the National Chicken Awards
Ceremony.
yeah. Good morning, Brenda Baxter. How you doing? Good to see you. Lisa Craig. Good morning. What a great cup it is. The cup is brilliant.
Yeah, you get because they gave it to me. Lisa gave it to me. But there's
yeah.
just a funny taste in it, Lisa.
I've got mine as well. Mine says 60s bar.
Mine says Chicken Shack.
The Multicoloured Talk Show,
Chicken
which is
Shack,
great.
and Multicoloured Talk Show.
And we've got the
and we've got our mats.
our mats there
Got our
as well,
mats, Lisa.
which is
We
great.
never let you down. Never let Lisa down.
Jane Baxter's telling us that there's heavy rain there. Oh no. Good morning.
How heavy is rain?
Yeah. How heavy is rain? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you ever see that programme where Richard Hammond tried to weigh a cloud?
I thought it was somebody stupid.
Really? It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Good morning, Jimmy Flynn.
Yes.
And good morning, Steve.
Linda Hewitson.
Jimmy reckons that Steve looks like Harry Worth. Do you remember him?
Rings a bell.
He was on TV, had the Harry Worth programme, and he used to stand on the window and lift his arm, and it used to be like...
Did he not do it as a knockout?
Yeah,
Did he get arrested?
No, that wasn't
Young
anywhere.
boys.
No, that was Eddie Waring.
Eddie Waring, yeah, you're right. You're
Well, up and on there, yeah. So good morning, Tracy Fagan.
We've got Linda Hewitt. Linda Hewitt's up in Dundee somewhere.
Oh.
She'll be shoveling the snow. Shoveling the snow. We forget how the weather's back in the UK, don't we? Anyway?
We don't
Totally
get it.
oblivion to what's going on in the real world.
do not get
See you soon, great Linda, because I need some things brought over from
Oh,
Dundee.
stop now, right there.
I've got the gin.
Good morning,
I've got
Rob.
the gin, Eddie.
Good morning, but say good morning to Rob Taverner.
Rob, good morning. Good morning, Rob.
He put a great little thing on Facebook this morning. He woke up and one of his toes were gone. Right?
Oh.
Yeah. Little note on it saying gone to market. This little piggy, which I thought was quite funny. Alan Hayes, good morning.
Alan, good morning. How's the whiskey glass?
Alan and
Listen, I got the gin.
I know you keep telling me.
All right.
So have you drunk it yet?
No.
Oh,
No, it's
right.
gone to the nephew, isn't it?
There you go. Linda says no problem. Do I want anything, Eddie? Well, I'm not sure. I don't know whether you understand this, Steve.
What?
But you lean back like that and
Yeah.
do this. I can still see it on the
Oh,
telly.
can you?
Yeah, that's the way
The
it
thing
works.
is, Eddie, I got some goodies this week,
You got goodies.
and they asked me to share it.
Share.
I brought them in.
Well, hang on a second. Let me get this right. Share doesn't come into your vocabulary.
No, I
does it?
know. I said to them, nah, he doesn't know.
Yeah,
He says, we'll tell him. I still don't have to tell him. Eddie doesn't need anything. Eddie's got a wife. Eddie's goes shopping. Eddie loves Macadonna and Hyperdino and all that. He loves it. He loves to go buy his little presents himself.
I do.
He says, just share it, Steve. So I says, all right.
Alan says, have you got any French mustard? Because he's been to 3 supermarkets this week and they're all sold
No,
out.
I've got them all, Alan. I've got them all. I've got a bag of goodies. what was the names? The lovely Irish couple.
Ashley, Ellen Robinson, good morning from Ontario. Good
Oh,
morning,
Ashley,
Ontario.
how are you, darling? That's the ones I met on holiday.
I know,
The
yeah.
alcoholics, the ones that were peeing in the swimming pool. Remember?
Yeah.
I told you about them.
Yeah,
and Papa
yeah.
Jeff.
And the gin and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Went next door for the gin.
Ashley, stay tuned because my bit at the end of this show is all about you'll be involved in it. It's quite interesting.
Pretty brilliant. That
Yes.
sounds interesting.
Yes,
good morning.
it is. Canada's involved in this conversation of mine. If I ever get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, good morning, Ryan Petty. Good to have you on board. And watch
Oh.
yourself there. There
Hey,
won't be
there's a catch. There's no catch.
Well, all right. Let's
The
get
thing
there.
is, I was giving this bag of goodies,
No.
and they told me to share. Who was it? The lovely Irish couple.
Yeah.
But before that,
This is like Christmas. This is.
no, I've got something else in here. My bag of goodies. No, but something else. Did we talk about last week about daisies? Not daisies, Betty's.
Yeah, Betty's. Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Well,
that tea room thing?
the tea room. Well,
Yeah.
I had these chocolate shortbread biscuits. Jesus, they melted in your mouth. They were beautiful. They've all gone. I was going to give you one, but I ate them. So this lovely girl came in from the toffee shop. You ever heard of the toffee shop?
No.
It's from Cumbria.
All right.
I didn't even know where Cumbria was. I thought Cumbria was near Newcastle. Apparently it's on the other side.
Yeah.
No idea. I had to Google it. And apparently King Charles and the late Queen loved this as well.
Penrith, Brunswick Road, Penrith. Right. Okay.
And this is, they call it fudge because it's actually tablet, and they're not allowed to call it tablet because tablet's from Scotland.
Right.
Do you want to try a bit?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to try a bit, Eddie?
Let's. This is great. This is like Saturday
This
morning.
is
Christmas.
like the bee's knees.
What do you do? Just break it
Break
off?
a bit off.
Oh, I've got a bit. There's a bit.
I'm not eating it.
Oh.
It's too early in the morning. It's just sugar, isn't it? I'm not doing that with my tea, but no. It's very famous.
It's really good.
It's from the toffee shop.
In Penrith.
Delicious fudge and toffee, homemade on the premises.
Yeah, 7 Brunswick Road,
Road,
Penrith.
Penrith.
We have to say other toffee shops are
Other
probably
toffee shops are
probably available. Right?
So, the lovely Irish people brought me over 2 of these, Eddie. You know what these are? These are tea cakes from Scotland.
Yeah.
So, one for you
Mm.
and one for me, Eddie. Isn't that nice?
Tonics.
Yes.
They're quite famous, aren't
Yeah,
they?
and then with 2 boxes of chocolates.
Oh.
I thought you can have them. Oh no, that's the blood orange ones. I like them as well. Master Chocolate Collection. I like both of these, Eddie.
Oh, look, I'm quite happy with these. Thank you very, very much.
No, you like the orange.
Do I? Oh, it's just like Christmas all over
And
again.
I've got to take these.
We wish you a merry chocolate. We wish you a merry chocolate. We wish you. So he's turned into a puppet show.
I'm taking that fudge tablet home.
Yeah, I'm going to put them there.
Thank you very much,
So,
everybody.
thank you so much.
I've got another list of things I need, but that'll come later in the
I'm
show.
going to tell you, I think
What?
it's absolutely brilliant when people bring things over.
You get
for us.
licorice.
I get licorice all the time. It's great.
I hate licorice.
love licorice. I do.
No, I hate it. I don't hate it.
I think I've probably got as much licorice as you've got French mustard.
Really?
So I'll tell you what. I'll let you into a little secret now. The mustard debacle, right?
Yeah.
What happens? Yes, it is loads of sugar. I've got to tell you. What happened with the mustard? Somebody bought you an entire bag, sachets of Dijon mustard, and says, "Oh, these are the wrong ones, Ed. Do you want them?" So in my fridge, I've got a bag of Dijon mustard sachets.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I can't remember now, but he says, "Yeah, you have them. You have them."
They felt embarrassed.
No, well, I ended up with Dijon mustard by default, and I was over the moon with them.
I was let down last night.
Brenda says, "Steve, don't eat sugar. You're hyper enough."
Yeah,
As it
thank you,
happens.
Brenda.
There you go. There's Eileen Shalmerdine. Good morning from Los Gigantes. I told you I could get it right.
What's the name?
Shalmerdine.
Shelmadine.
Shalmerdine.
That's
Eileen
a very
and Harry.
interesting name. I'd love to know where that name comes from.
Well, hang on a second. Oh, no, you've gone too far now, Eileen. Eileen says, "I hope you're going to share them in the 60s bar."
That's a good idea.
Do you share yours in the chicken shack?
No.
No, he doesn't.
I've got a haggis as well. Did I tell you that? From
Haggis?
Haggis Helen. That's what we call it. Haggis.
Oh, yeah, I remember Haggis Helen.
Yeah, she's got me a lovely haggis.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, I can't believe we've already covered 10 minutes of this show. Just
I just burped. Yeah.
Did you burp? Live on air.
No, I do apologise. I retract that burp. Right, get on with your subject because I've got ported one and Ashley's in Canada. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning now. She's got to go to work.
Yeah, Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
I fancy going to Canada.
I had some Canadians in last night.
Did you?
Yeah, it's quite a few recently.
Yeah.
Americans and Canadians,
No. Well, there
which
you
is
go.
good.
Yeah, it's great. It's almost like the world is finding Tenerife, because before, if you went to America and
They
said,
wouldn't know.
"Where do you live?" I live in Tenerife, and they go, "Renty, where?" You know.
See, I never say that to people. When I'm abroad, I say, "Where are you from?" I say, "Glasgow, Scotland."
Yeah, but how long have you lived there?
I know 18 years and 40 years here, but I'm so proud to be Scottish though.
No, I can understand you being proud of your heritage, but I mean, you talk to a lot of ethnic people who live in the UK,
Yeah.
and they will say, "I am a British Asian." That they don't say I'm from wherever,
Really?
which
Oh,
other
I
country.
know. I always tell. I'm from Scotland, and then I always tell the story. And oh, you because in Cuba, bloody hell, you speak Spanish? Yeah, 12 years in prison in Madrid.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, he's not lying. Right. So, good morning, John, Stephen Gilhurley. Hi, guys, from a very sunny Avenida Quinto Centenario.
That's the main street. But
I know it is,
John, you're in Santiago Beach. You're in the favela of
Oh,
Tenerife.
my God, look at it. It's 6 a.m. in Ontario.
Jesus.
6 a.m. Well, so, good morning.
She got up, Ashley especially got up to watch this show.
That is
Thank you,
brilliant.
Ashley.
Brilliant. I'm sure we've got Australia on, and Denmark, and everyone.
Norway.
And we're all
Brazil.
all over the world. Right, very, very quickly, I want to know what the hell has happened
Is this your subject?
to the NHS? What has happened to the National Health Service? At one stage, it was the envy of the world. Was it Anaya and Bevin that started it way back in the 50s?
1947, Eddie. 1947.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's only England, isn't it? Bloody England, like Canada, they've got to pay for the medical. Australia, you've got to pay. All these other people have got to pay. England, bloody England, National Health, they've had it free.
Do you know the population of the UK at the moment is 67.33 million people, right? 67.33
And
million
in
people.
1947, Eddie, when National Health was started,
Yeah.
what was the population?
Well, I know it was much less.
Less.
But the system should have grown with the population growth. Right. Good morning, James and Shirley Gerard.
Oh, good morning. Yes, he wasn't well last week.
Yeah, a lot of people have not been
A
well.
lot of people.
All ties in. Good morning,
All ties in.
Good morning, Gordon.
Hey,
Woodcock.
Gordon's coming over.
Yeah.
That's not Gay Gordon, that's Inspector Gordon. Do you remember? There's
Yes.
Gay Gordon and
I
Inspector
think so,
Gordon. He's the inspector.
Right. Okay. So, what do you guys say the population was? 63.
63 million, 67 million. You got to
Yeah.
count the immigrants. 67 million people live in the UK, Eddie.
Okay.
UK, not England, bloody UK.
The NHS waiting list now is 7.2 million. The waiting times to get an ambulance to you is ridiculous. Alan's saying all of the doctors and
Yeah,
nurses
been
are on
interviewed.
TV most of the time.
Yeah.
That's probably true, but they're going on strike and everything. I mean, at one stage, the National Health Service. Good morning, Tim Elliott.
That's San Francisco. San Fran, as Roger says, San Fran.
Yeah,
Quite
but
posh.
at one stage,
Yeah.
the National Health Service
Yeah.
was the envy of the world. It's not no more. It's turned into a blooming laughing stock. Here,
And you want my opinion, or?
yeah, I do.
All right,
but
carry on.
What I was just going to say here, I mean, they kind of seem. I mean, okay, there are waiting lists here, obviously, but emergencies, they seem to put the people first and get them at least to a place where they can be seen to properly. In the UK, all I'm seeing on the news. All I'm seeing on the news is waiting times, and of course, people.
Socialist propaganda, Eddie.
Well, go on, then you give me your opinion. I'm just going to put
But
that on.
you know my opinion, Eddie. You should bloody pay for it. Nothing's free in this life.
Yeah, no, well,
And the other thing, Eddie, I've said it for years and years and years. With their bloody government, with their bloody national health, with the trends in any public company
service.
service.
Yeah.
National health. What's the problem with national health, Eddie? Let's get to the bottom. What's the problem with national health?
Come on then, enlighten me.
I'm not just you, I'm going to enlighten the public, Eddie.
Go on
The
then.
problem with the national health, bottom line, is squandering money.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah, well that's where they've got to stop it. If they stop squandering money, they'll have money for the nurses and doctors, which I totally agree they need money. Nurses are underpaid, doctors are underpaid. Doctors and nurses are leaving the profession like fleas from a rat.
Yeah.
They've gone to Australia, Canada, I mean, Ashley will tell you, and the Australians will tell you. The majority of doctors are foreigners in these countries
Yeah.
because they're leaving the UK.
But you see, they're being educated medically
Here,
in the UK.
yeah.
And they're taking the skills elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
But also, Eddie, young people can't get into the medical schools here. You know why?
Why?
Because foreigners are coming over to
To
England
study.
to study, and they're leaving as well.
Yeah.
So bloody England's got a shortage of nurses and doctors. Eddie, but the problem is squandering money. Where's the money go?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you where the money goes?
Yeah.
Management. Bloody management.
Yeah.
Eddie, do you know how much money they spent on management in the United Kingdom?
Yeah.
2022. Take a guess.
Go.
Management alone.
I wouldn't even want to peg a.
I'll tell you how much money they spent.
Go on then.
14% of the budget. 14% of the UK budget went on management. The budget for 2022, and don't ask me how I know all this, was 160 billion smackaroos. 160 million pound, Eddie.
Lot of money.
106. Check this. Google it, John. 160 million quid. Right, that's the budget for the national health, and you can't get it to work. 14% of that went to management. You know how much 14% of that is? 16, Eddie. 16. 16 million quid went on management. Jesus. Who's managing these people?
I have no idea, but I
It's
love
the
this.
blind leading the bloody blind, isn't
I
it?
love this. I come up with a subject. You've got passionate about it. Let's
So
have
anyway,
a,
talk about national health.
let's have a look what some people are saying. Carol Roby's saying too many from abroad are using it and not paying into the NHS. Well, we agree with that. If you're from abroad using the NHS, there should be a charge. Help bolster it. Brenda says in 2020 her mum had a broken hip and a broken arm and waited 5 hours for an ambulance, and she thinks it's worse now. Good morning, Mick Davis. Now Lisa, on the other hand,
Lisa's a great school teacher.
she says Andrew, when he was a kid, broke his arm in Tenerife, and they were in and out of the Green Hospital, the Green Clinic, in an hour,
Yeah.
x-rayed and plastered. But this is what I'm saying.
Because Eddie, the difference here in Tenerife, the Canary Islands and Spain generally, doctors get paid well, nurses get paid well, plenty of staff. You know when a doctor goes ill, Eddie, in the UK,
Yeah.
he phones up and says, listen, it's John here, Dr. John, I can't come in today. Can you cancel all my appointments? Cancel. Tenerife, John, Tenerife, Eddie, called you John. Tenerife, Eddie, doctor calls up, I'm not feeling well today. No problem, stay in bed. They phone up the number, send us a doctor.
Job done.
Job done. Carry on.
Yeah, it's the old locum system, isn't it?
You've got doctors on standby,
Yeah.
Eddie, on standby. And the other problem in the United Kingdom, I'll tell you the bloody problem, I'm glad you brought this up. Agencies! Bloody agencies! Get rid of the agencies, get rid of the management, get me back into my job and I'll run it.
There you
It's
go.
all down to accounts, Eddie. You listen to me. It's all down to accounts. The money, the bloody money.
I'll just sit
It's
here.
our money, isn't it? Our money. The politicians sitting in his house in Westminster. Take.
I'll just sit,
Sometimes in life
drink
you've
me
got to
coffee.
give, Eddie.
Yeah.
And I'm a giver. That's something.
Well, yeah. Right, Rob Taverner
Yeah,
says
Rob.
he's waiting for his knee replacement operation. It's been over 3 years.
Jesus.
3 years.
Oh my God.
You could have grown a new one by now. Tracy says they looked after her when she fractured her foot.
Yes.
And also with her breast cancer last
Tracy,
year.
I don't
Brilliant.
doubt that for 1 minute.
Molly Jane Williams.
Tracy is priority. Always has been and always will be.
Here we go. Sue Healy says, morning Sue, by the way. Our hospitals are supposed to claim back costs from a patient's home country, but they can't be bothered with the paperwork. But, say no more. It's actually coffee I've got this morning, Jeff, but thank you for
Yeah,
asking.
and I've got some dodgy tea.
You've got washing up liquid too. What can I say? But that's it. I mean,
You look at the difference, as Lisa says, about the difference between Tenerife hospitals and the UK hospitals. Chalk E. Cheese, Eddie. Chalk E. Cheese, isn't it?
Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm
Chuck E.
just saying,
Cheese.
I'm private, as you all know, being a conservative.
But I like this Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. I would not put my foot into a national health ward.
No, I would.
I'm private, Eddie.
I would.
Oh, God, no.
Can I tell you what? I don't think I have got any political allegiances because I just haven't. I just consider myself me, and I have my opinions. And you might
You're
say,
from Birmingham, ain't you?
no,
Birmingham.
I don't have political allegiances. I never have done. But if you guys have, fair enough.
Here's the Hutchie girl. She's on the way next week. Here she goes.
Good morning, Diana Thompson.
Shopping I've been allowed to watch. Thank you. Well done.
I took him in Amsterdam last month. Rushed back to air. Called paramedic. He came 10 minutes. He called me an ambulance. Well, that's not a very nice thing to call someone, is it?
What happened to you, Diana? What happened?
Oh, you have to
She
tell
went
us.
to Amsterdam last month. She's come back. Why? What was wrong with you? Smoking that wacky
Well,
baggy.
see, now we're getting different conflicting things here. Mum's having a knee done next month.
Yeah.
I'd be waiting 12 weeks. Ops in February.
You know the difference, don't you?
What?
Tracy Fagan.
Why?
She's a Tory as well.
I
I think it's only the socialists that are waiting, moaning
Look-
and groaning. You
looking
give
after
somebody
you.
something for nothing and they moan at it.
Yeah.
Eh?
I don't know.
They're getting it for nothing in the morning.
They're talking to each other again.
Oh,
This
are
is
they?
great. Good morning from Tracy and Shelley from Canada.
Yes.
Miss you, Shelley Bryan Sweet. Now listen,
Oh,
guys.
miss you too, Shelley.
We can come back to this because you're
Am I
obviously.
looking all right?
Yeah, you look great. You're obviously into this subject.
No,
right?
I'm not really.
So listen, we'll come
They're
back
a
to
monkey
this.
shooter.
Gotta tell you how you can get hold of us on XPTV1 globally.
Globally,
So
around the world.
We're going to take a short break.
Back in a minute.
Take a look at this. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
New year, new smart apps with our advanced ways for viewing XPTV1. 2023 will give you more flexibility for you to watch XPTV1. XPTV1 is growing and getting smarter in many more ways. To watch XPTV1 is now. Literally anywhere, any place, anytime, around the world. You can now view us on Samsung Galaxy Store, Apple App Store, Google Play, Roku, Samsung Smart TV's App Store, and Apple TV. In the very near future, you will be able to download and watch Huawei, LG TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and App Store. For further information on how to set up our apps on your smart devices, simply go to www.xptvapp.com. XPTV1, tomorrow's TV broadcasting today, all over the world.
You have really got into this NHS thing, haven't you?
Well, it's not new, is it? It's not bloody new. Do you remember Michael Foot, that outrageous politician? Do you remember him? Do you remember Michael Foot? Scruffy little midget politician.
Scruffy guy, like yellow.
Socialist, bloody socialist.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's probably dead now, isn't he?
Good morning, Wendy Johns. How are you?
He was walking through the hospitals, wasn't he? All the people on beds waiting. It's not a new thing, Eddie. People have been waiting for a long time. There's more people waiting now because it's just a storm in a teacup, isn't it? A storm in a teacup. Because of COVID, the waiting list from COVID, doctors leaving, nurses leaving.
Also, I have to say...
Say it, Eddie.
Now, nowadays, news is so much more instant. I mean, before, you would just go and get your newspaper and read what was in the newspapers. But because now we've got social media, streaming television, so many channels, it's quicker and highlighted more, isn't it?
Papa Jeff.
Good morning.
There used to be a song, Papa Jeff. I'm going to look for that song.
When I lived here, the Spanish health service was superb. I could see my doctor without any problem. Now in Scotland, I get interrogated by a receptionist just to have a call from a doctor. Well, what's all that about?
Interrogated. That's a strong word,
No,
Johnny.
no.
Interrogated.
No, I'll tell you what, honestly,
Really?
I've heard stories like this before.
Interrogated, John.
Listen, when I was a kid,
He's in Nazi Germany, doesn't he?
at top of our Hampstead Road, there was a doctor's there.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. And if you felt ill, you walked in and you got seen. But you can't just walk in anymore. You've got a phone. And what they're doing now as well is they're trying to diagnose you on a Zoom call. Somebody says cough. Yeah,
My doctor,
bronchitis.
Dr. Marshall, his name was, from Upper Shawlands in Glasgow. And he would come round to the house, he did.
There you go. This is what happened to Diana. Hutchie girl was shopping, took ill last month. Ambulance arrived within half an hour.
Oh.
In hospital 5 days. NHS done well for her. See you Friday, Steve.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Scottish National Health, completely different than England National Health, isn't it? Different countries.
But it shouldn't be, should it?
I think yesterday today something going on about they want to go on strike, but it's been called off in Scotland. But the bloody Scottish government paid the nurses what they wanted.
Yeah.
They gave them the money,
Yeah.
and now they want more. I don't know.
Do you know, I think anybody who's in...
I think everybody's being greedy at the moment.
Yeah, I do too.
Everybody's on the bandwagon. School
Yeah.
teachers are going on strike
Yeah.
now. Ambulance drivers, doctors, nurses, lawyers. It's easier to say who's not going on strike.
Yeah.
TV presenters, that's who's not going on
We're
strike.
not on strike.
Yo, I'm happy with my wage.
yeah.
XPTV1.com.
This is what I got paid this week.
And I
Right.
got 24 jars of French mustard.
Yeah, but what I was going to say
Yeah.
was I've completely forgot.
Good. About time I got a word in.
It probably is, yes. But I was saying that the people that are in life-saving professions, i.e. nurses, doctors, firemen, they should get what they want. But
Know what they want, Eddie. Know what they want. A proper wage.
Yeah, proper
Know what
wage.
they bloody want.
No, I agree with that. Perhaps it was a wrong statement from me.
Retract it.
Retracted.
Right,
but
I accepted it.
the thing is, what I find more fascinating than
Right.
everything
Yeah.
is that you've got people who are on a infinitely better wage than a lot of people, and I'm talking train drivers and people like this.
Well, we're bringing them into it again.
Yeah, but it's relevant at the moment.
90 grand a year.
Yeah, and they want more. I mean, they're not.
Yeah,
The only life-saving aspect they've got to their job is keeping their hand on that blooming switch.
It's computerised, Eddie.
Yes.
You don't have to do anything.
But you know,
Remember the bin drivers went on strike?
life-saving.
Bloody bin drivers.
No.
Know what I mean? 6 years at university, was it, being bin driver? Get out of it!
We had a bin strike here once, do you remember? And the bin rooms, because we have bin rooms here, they were just overflowing and everything. And they soon sorted it, and off they went back to work, job done. It's definitely got worse since COVID. You can't see a doctor. Well, this week...
We've said this, Tracy, with doctors are emigrating, going to other parts of the world for proper money, especially to get treated properly, what they've been trained for. Australia. No, Australia, Canada.
Canada is a Canada
this is
perspective.
good, right.
Ashley says their healthcare has gone way downhill. They have, in the last few months, had to shut down emergency rooms in certain hospitals because there's not enough nurses and doctors to work them. And this is happening in Canada as well.
So it's a worldwide...
Jane says you have to phone 8:30, and they're always engaged. And when you get through, they say, sorry, phone tomorrow.
Jesus.
I mean, what if you're dying? What if there is something...
I am so happy I'm private. Know what I mean?
There's nothing private about you. The entire world knows about
If I
you.
want a doctors look after me. You know that, Eddie? I've actually got. I'll do that today. I've got to phone for my prostate cancer.
Right, listen.
I've got to go and get that done. I'd get it done. Do this, John. Everybody, every man out there needs a finger up your bum. Go and get your job done. Have you yours done?
Yeah, but I don't believe you just said that on live television.
What did I just say?
Said put a finger up your bum.
No, I don't put my finger up the bum. It's
No,
the doctor.
stop it.
Stop it.
Good grief. I don't believe that. Tracy's saying she lives next door to a teacher and she stayed at home through the whole of COVID on full pay and now they want more money.
Yeah, Lisa. Lisa did that. Lisa Craig. She's a full teacher. God, the health system is a closed and defunded socialist government, Shelley. Canada's a socialist government, isn't it?
But this is all happening. I mean, it's not obviously not just the UK. Shelley Bryan Sweetie saying their healthcare walk-in clinics have been defunded, so they have a big problem. And Brenda said she was told that the doctor was working from home.
That's mad, isn't it?
How can a
So
doctor
we
work
have no
from
idea what's going on outside our bubble. We live in a little bubble in Tenerife. We're living in paradise. We're living the dream, Eddie. We're living the dream.
I don't think we're living the dream.
We're not living the dream. We're not living the dream.
We're living a
We're living in
different kind of
cuckoo
life.
land. Cuckoo land. That's what we live in.
Yeah.
Cuckoo land. Eddie. But we don't have the problem, do we?
Oh, hang on a second.
We don't want these people coming over here, though, using our national health system, either.
Well, no, I mean...
No, we don't. Say who you are.
No. I mean, we consider, on the scale of things, that we're quite lucky medically over here. I think we are. You know, I mean, it's...
Eddie,
There are waiting
somebody
lists.
falls into the sea. 15 minutes later, we've got a helicopter flying over them, picking them out.
Yeah,
Eh?
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's service for you.
Bless you all.
Bless somebody sneezing. Hay fever. It is a strong problem with hay fever today. Oh,
Yeah.
Lisa, I worked all through lockdown, going in every day. Lisa, for some reason we don't believe you. Your husband is a union rep.
Lisa, I believe you, sweetheart. I do. I'm not listening to him. Carol says she's got a lovely doctor and she get to see the
magistrate's on.
Sunday.
Magistrate, here we go.
Wendy Johns.
She's the magistrate.
She's the magistrate.
She's the magistrate.
She is.
Right.
I had an occasion to ring to make an appointment at the doctor's the other day. I rang over 200 times, beginning at 8 o'clock, and never even got on the you're in the queue. Next day it took from 8 until 4. Once I had an appointment, good service. Well, that's not good service, Wendy. You shouldn't have to phone that long to you. You said you got an appointment the next day. What happens if what you needed was urgent on that day and it was life-threatening? The next day is not good service. You may get to see a doctor and it may be very pleasant and it may put you...
But how many
right.
people want to see a doctor for no bloody reason at all? Nothing wrong with them. Go down to the chemist, get Lemsips. Oh, I'm sneezing, I'm not well. Go to the chemist, don't need to see a doctor, you've got the flu.
Yeah.
I'm shouting.
Yeah, you are. I mean, another thing is...
Well, they're wasting the doctor's time. He's a busy man, he's a busy chap, isn't
I'll
he?
tell you another thing as well. Do you remember
Oh.
when you used to come on holiday
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
And for the people who live there, if you were...
I
Well,
never came here on holiday.
no, and if you lived there,
All
I
right,
says,
yeah.
if we were, well, we'd go down to the chemist and say, can I have a course of antibiotics,
yeah,
please?
yeah.
And they would give you a course of antibiotics. And 90% of the time, it solved the problem.
We were our own doctors, weren't we?
We were, yeah, but the thing is, when they stopped giving the chemist permission to sell you an antibiotic, that put a bigger strain on the health
Well,
service.
they do it now. Chemists in England do it now.
Well, you can't get antibiotics here.
You go to the right chemist, you can.
Oh, those are the naughty ones, really, though.
No,
aren't
the
they?
naughty ones, they know you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to put anybody into trouble, but I go to my chemist, my local chemist, Santiago Tay, they don't want to put them into trouble. But they know me, they know the doctor, and if I want them, I can get them.
There's another good point.
What's that?
Sue Ely says social care is a big problem too, because there are many hospitals who could be discharged,
Yeah.
many people in hospital that could be discharged, but there's no one to look after them at home, and there's no one to
So
transport
this is
them.
why I come round here every Saturday morning to look after him, you know what I mean? I am the local care man.
Care in the community.
Care in the community. There's the only reason he puts the television on so he wants everybody to see it, but I come round and make sure Uncle Eddie's okay.
Oh, yeah.
There you are, Ed. Looking a bit
He
pale
looks-
though. I
he
think Eddie
looks-
needs to go down to the beach.
He looks after me.
I
he
do.
does. He
I drink your coffee. I brought you some biscuits as well,
yeah,
Eddie.
he even dunks them in my tea
I'll
for
dunk
me.
something else in a minute.
And then he sits there making sure I'm chewing properly. Yeah. Knob.
No, yeah.
You're right. Right, listen.
It's my subject yet.
Yeah,
I got a great subject.
you got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're going to take a break, advertise our business.
Yeah.
And then you can have 20 minutes.
Am I giving 20 minutes? Ladies and gentlemen, get yourselves ready because we have a subject and a half this week. I have studied. I have went to the depths of the volcano. I've been everywhere to get all the information that you need all about my subject.
Right, Shelley says bring a bottle of gin. And Wayne, good morning to you, sir. We are great. The bell is still working lovely. Gets rung every night.
Ring, 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 the trolley, zing, zing,
no,
zing.
not that
with
sort
my
of
heart.
bell. No, not that sort of bell. This one's last orders. We've had your money. Go home.
The tea's got a bit better as I went down. I think it was something on the top.
You think so?
Does washing up liquid float?
Yeah, well, it must do. Yeah.
It must do.
Yeah.
I've drunk all. I'm drinking tea now, thank God.
Oh, we're gonna have to fetch a doctor for him. We're gonna advertise our businesses. We'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Join us at 60s Bar in Los Gigantes for games, quizzes, karaoke and much, much more. We are located just down the steps in front of the pharmacy. A friendly, local pub, perfect for you and your family. 60s Bar, Los Gigantes.
Everybody has fun at the Chicken Shack. Where else can you go to get a fabulous meal, fabulous entertainment? Well, Stevie. Great drinks, all at the right price. The atmosphere is tremendous. Join us at the Chicken Shack. For reservations, call 922 862459. The Chicken Shack in Puerto Santiago. Or join us on Facebook at the Chicken Shack Fan Club. Absolutely no idea.
Other countries manage, don't they?
Yeah.
Listen, Jeff, maybe a little reflection on how people in the Ukraine are dealing with seeing a doctor. Absolutely, Jeff. And other countries as well, countries I've been to, poor countries, Cambodia, they can't afford to go to a doctor in Cambodia. You got to pay. You know that. So you got somebody who's ill.
I'm just thinking about Ukraine. It's a very interesting call, isn't it?
For Jeff, yeah, interesting.
Because 90% of the people in Ukraine, they don't want to be at war, but they still get ill.
Yeah,
And
but
if-
the doctors are fighting. The doctors are on the front line.
Well, Carol Bullions...
The hospitals have been blown up.
Yeah. Carol Bullions McAlpine, good morning from a wet and wild and windy Scotland.
It's always wild and windy and wet in Scotland, even
Sure
in
is.
August.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've lost the fanfare machine. So
Oh, have you lost it?
Yeah, well, it's away for repair.
Oh, right.
But I'm
Someone
just...
says I need to go away for repair.
Yeah, you do need a good service. So I'm just
I'm
going to do...
58 years of age, Ed, and the one thing I do not need is a good service.
Well, I think you do.
I think I do as well.
I'm going to do the fanfare a cappella. Said it like Silence of the Lambs, then. Right, I'm going to do the fanfare
Nice Chianti.
a cappella, so stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, Stevie's subject.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Multicoloured Talk Show this fantastic Saturday morning. And the subject is shopping. No, it's not. It's come back in. It's not about shopping.
Shopping?
A fascinating thing happened. I want to talk about it last week, but you only gave me 2 minutes to talk. 2 weeks ago now, Eddie, and Canada's on this one. Canada passed a new law, which is fascinating, which I totally agree with. And Canada now falls in to Thailand, to Vietnam, to Mexico, many other countries, Eddie. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Foreigners buying property.
All right.
Yes,
okay.
Austria. There's 40% of the world countries you cannot buy property, Eddie. Canada passed a law 2 weeks ago banning any foreigners owning land or property. You cannot buy it because the price of property in Canada was going higher and higher and higher. You just got to look at London, for example, Eddie.
Or Mayfair, Kensington.
Yeah, but who owns the property? Bloody Russians, innit?
Well,
Bloody Russians!
No, not just Russians.
Yeah, but
Arabs.
Arabs, all the money from outside. If you buy, it's going to
Yeah.
go up and up and up. And countries have seen this, Eddie. Canada was the last country in the world to do it. Banned. Austria did it. Austria seen Germans coming over the border and buying these beautiful houses up in the Alps and bam, bam, bam. You know the wooden houses, you call them. Not bungalows. Chalets.
Yeah.
Ski chalet. And they went, Jesus, no. You have to be 51% Austrian, not resident, Austrian, to get the property. As a foreigner, you can own 49%, which is exactly the same as Thailand. You can only own 49% in Thailand.
Thailand's interesting because you cannot, as an outsider, as a foreigner, own a business in Thailand. You have to have
Yes.
a Taiwanese
Yes,
business
that's it.
partner.
Yeah, you can own 49%.
Yeah.
And Australia's very interesting. Speaking about Australia on today, foreigners can't buy property over there. They'll lease it 99 years. You can have a lease.
Yeah.
You pay for it, and if you sell that lease, say you've sat it for 50 years, so you've got 44 years, 49 years left on it, haven't you? If you sell that, the next person's only got 49 years left on it.
So the property, the land, still
It still
belongs to
belongs to
the
the
sovereign country.
Southern country. So it brought me thinking, Eddie, because young kids now, especially in England, didn't it? Bloody England! Nobody can get on the housing market because everybody from outside buying up property investment, which then got me back to Tenerife. Exactly the same. Young people, young families can't get on the housing market here.
No.
Because the amount of foreigners coming in to Tenerife, especially at Tenerife, buying property up. When a property should be about 30 grand, Eddie, it's about 180 grand. A typical little house. Somebody like a little village where I live. Foreigners are moving in.
Yeah, but yours was different, wasn't it? You
No, I'm
bought-
different, Eddie.
No, but you bought the land
Yes.
and you built the property so extensively you've added to the value of that land.
To the village. To the village, Eddie.
Yeah, but
I'm a credit to the village.
I have a question on this subject.
Yeah.
Who actually owns the American Embassy in London? Is it America or is it leased?
It's leased. It's leased to
Right.
America.
Okay.
The actual land. It belonged to the UK government, but they lease it. It's like every other embassy in the world. Very rarely the embassy actually own the land. It's leased to them, and it's a sovereign of that country.
All right. Okay. Interesting.
But they can still, people say, oh, you can't. You get to your embassy and you're safe. That's an old myth, Eddie.
There you go. Now, Ashley, now she's Canadian, Ontario. I work in construction.
Oh, they do, yes.
And the new subdivisions of homes are starting to decrease in price. They have subdivisions stop work because they can't sell the homes. So there you go. They can't sell the homes. Martin Lewitt, good morning. He owns 3 houses, and if he gets one more, he can upgrade to a hotel and then pass go.
No, Martin, you were going straight to jail. You know who he is, don't you?
Yes, I know.
We know who you are, Martin, yes.
And all the 3 houses that he owns, do you know they're all green?
What do you mean they're all green?
Well, when he swaps them for a hotel, it'll be red.
Yeah.
Do you ever play Monopoly?
No.
No idea.
No.
No
I was
idea.
going to tell him about Martin.
You have got the monopoly on chicken.
I'm going to I'm going to tell a story about Martin. Because I got, my friends in cyberspace detectives, did I tell you about that?
Yeah, yeah.
MI5. Do you remember the guy 4 seasons ago, Eddie, who says he was in the jail in America.
Yeah.
He was the man who killed Floyd.
I remember. Yeah.
Well, they traced the IP address to him.
Was it him?
In Leicester.
There you go.
They couldn't precisely say the street, but the IP address was based in the United Kingdom in Leicester. And I put 2 and 2 together. Who do we know in Leicester? Martin Louis.
There you go.
There.
Can we please get back to your subject?
Yes. Fascinating, Eddie, isn't it? Around the world, you can't buy the property. What other countries? Like Cuba. I go to Cuba. There's a beautiful house in Cuba, Eddie. They want more or less 20,000 US dollars for it, right on the beach. I can't have it.
No.
Until they change the law.
Yeah.
Same as all these countries. Why it is to keep the property price down for local people.
But you see, Tracy's saying you can buy a property in France and Italy in a small village for 1 penny, but you have to upgrade them. That's part of the deal.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, from there, Tracy's just written
Yeah,
it.
but Tracy, France, Germany isn't. France and Spain, exactly the same. Foreigners can go in there and buy anything you want. There's no law, there's restrictions on it. But certain countries there are restrictions for foreigners, and I didn't know about that. You can 1 penny. You can't buy a property for 1 pence. Nobody sells a property for 1 pence, would they?
Well, I don't know. It's your subject.
I know you might. No,
You tell me.
Tracy, that's bar talk, Tracy.
That's bar talk.
It's bar talk.
You're telling me that she's earned it in 60s now.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I'm not having that.
I'm not having it. I'm not having
The
it.
price of property, Eddie, around the world.
That's going to be our catchphrase, isn't
Well,
it?
not having it.
Not having it.
It's too much. The Canadians, the problem with the Canadians is the Americans were coming over the border. The price of property in America is so expensive, Eddie. You know, like for $500,000, $500,000, you get a small house. $500,000 in over the border, 2-hour drive into Canada. You've got a ranch.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? So the Americans were coming over, and I checked this out. Not even just the Americans, the Chinese, bloody Chinese, were coming in and buying property. It happened in where else it happened?
I don't know.
It happened in bloody. We know about it happened in France. Then bloody England went over and started buying property, didn't
Well,
they?
that's what Tracy's saying. She's
Not
saying.
for a pence, though. Not for a bloody pence.
She's saying they
In
are
France,
very
the-
run down. She read it in the paper, so it's
Well,
got to be true.
There was lots of abandoned farmhouses all over France.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll give you that. But you
If
don't
it's
get
in the
for a penny.
paper, it's got to be true.
Come on. Well,
Come
anyway, so the price of property in Tenerife.
Oh, sorry, she lied. Not a penny, a pound. Makes sense now.
Makes a big difference, Eddie.
Do you know, for a pound, you can become a lord in Scotland?
I totally disagree with that.
No, it's true.
No, I know it's true, but I don't agree with it. Some England bloody company.
I could be a lad. A lad.
Lisa and Ina, so you go buy a field in Scotland, don't you?
Yeah.
And you split it up to little cubes,
1 inch square.
1 inch square, and you sell that.
That piece of land there.
It's a TV show, and where 2 celebrities have bought 2 properties for
€1 each in Italy, and they're doing them up. €1, would you do it? Would you do it? Oh no, I don't think so.
There's a catch to that,
I mean,
isn't there?
I remember Boris Becker used to. I know
He's in prison. He's out.
No, but he used to live in Mallorca, in the middle of Mallorca.
Yes.
And he had a big old house,
Big
and
old house.
he put a big old extension on it. And the Spanish government went round and says, "You can knock that down." And he'd spent God knows how much. Oh, I tell you. See, this is great. A square foot means we both are. I don't get that.
Lords and layers.
Yeah. But Tracy Fagan says, "I told you."
I told you.
I
Sold
do-
a Liverpool 5 years ago for £1. Houses. Yeah, Jeff, of course, the bloody Liverpool. He wants to live in Liverpool, full of squatters, isn't it? You can have the house, but there's people living in it. You won't get them out. Oh, it's Wendy.
Yeah. Magistrates putting you right now. There are several programmes on the TV showing folks who have bought ruins in France for very low prices who
See, this has
renovate
got
them,
to
turning them into holiday
But this
accommodation.
is wrong, Wendy. This is the English people going into France, a foreign country. We've got to stop it. This is what I'm saying here in Spain and France and around the world. We've got to stop foreigners moving in and buying up property. Why not let somebody from France buy and let them do it up? You're invading them, Wendy.
I'm loving this now because
What?
Tracy's talking to you like she's face to face. She say, I don't make things up like this, Steve.
She's a scouser.
Yeah. Joe says he's a Scottish lad, costing 40 quid, and people never bow to him, yet all call him lad.
Joseph, I'll call you Laird. Laird Joseph. There you are. Laird Joseph from now on.
Yes. Oh, and we got a bear as well.
Eddie, do you not think we should stop foreigners buying property in Tenerife?
Well, I can't really say that, can I? Because
You own
I've bought,
property.
yeah, in Tenerife.
Okay, we've got right now, but now.
Shall we start from today?
Yes. Do you not think so?
Do you know?
I just feel sorry for young people. The young people can't buy property. Young people in Cambodia, local Cambodians, they can buy property. But can you imagine, for example, Cambodia, if foreigners bought all those beautiful houses up in Cambodia? The local people couldn't afford it. Exactly what's happening in Jersey, in England, the Isle of Man, London, the list goes on and on and on and on. Rossi, the Isle of Rossi in Scotland, all the Glaswegians went over and bought the property. Young people in Rossi can't afford the property, Eddie.
But I think it's all down to a country's economics, mate. I mean, Martin said at the moment there's thousands of new houses being sold for cash to people from Hong Kong. Well, that's because the Brits don't want to be in Hong Kong anymore since it's gone back to China. We bought a 3-bedroom house in La Manchas for $31,000 in '98. Good morning, Duncan. How are you? House price. Well, this is Ireland, Southern Ireland. House prices went silly there after lockdown. People from the cities and abroad causing prices to go mad. And now Duncan's just got a new 5-bedroom bungalow, so he knows what the house prices are. Liverpool, Eurovision, those £1 houses have doubled.
It's £2 now because of Eurovision.
£2 now,
What
Jeff.
you like, Jeff?
I've got a tenner, get me 5, will you, and bring them over. Perhaps there should be a difference in price if you're coming to live in Tenerife and not just buy a holiday home. Do you know, I think Steve's got a point here, because I think it's down to each country's individual economics.
Yeah, but every country's different, Eddie.
Yeah, but if the economics of a country was right, then they could do things like this and prevent it happening.
No, I think Australia's got to lease it. Yeah, you'll never own the land. They'll not own the land. Foreigners should not own the land.
Sue's saying you should be allowed to buy a property anywhere if you're going to live in it. Second homes are the problem. They're empty most of the time, so no help to the local economy.
Exactly, so that's what's happened here. If you remember in 2002, 2007, all the Russians come over and bought loads of property. Right, I know this as a councillor, because they're registered. There's nobody living in them.
Yeah.
Gig and Sol,
Yeah.
up by Mercadona, Plain Arena, loads of properties bought by foreigners. They just invested. They get more money back.
Yeah.
They're sat there empty.
And they get tax relief on them.
They get and they don't rent them out or anything. Then we've got the other problem, Eddie, and I don't want to be saying this live on TV, but I'm going to spit it out. Lithuanians. Bloody Lithuanians. They buy the property. Even round here, Eddie, you're bloody neighbours, if you can hear me. Lithuanians, they've got property.
Everybody can hear you, mate.
And what have they done, Eddie? It's even worse than lying empty. Airbnb. Suitcases up and down the staircase all night. So that's a business. Are they paying tax on it? No, they're not. I've seen, how many licenses have you seen, Eddie? 2, 3 round here?
Yeah.
2 or 3 licenses. By law, if you've got Airbnb, you must have a VV license. Do you know that, Eddie? On your wall.
Yeah.
With the registration license number.
Yeah.
But I know, you know, we all know loads of apartments around here. John Cahooley's in one.
Yeah.
He's in one right now. He's not got a VV license.
Rob would like to talk about train drivers moaning about the wages of $70,000 a year for sitting on the docks next week. This is true. Duncan says they're getting taxed big time in Southern Ireland.
Good.
For second homes.
Excellent.
And if you didn't buy in Tenerife to rent out, people would go in hotels and eat. Well, yes, you're quite right. But, you know...
It's catch-22, Lisa.
It is, absolutely.
Lisa's on that side because Lisa, she goes to somebody's apartment illegally and rents it. So she's on that side, which I understand.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just make sure we're legal.
We're legally, Lisa. No.
I think the word allegedly covers it.
Yeah, but it's a friend, it's a gift. They don't pay for it, it's a gift. Which is good, it's the economy. Remember, years ago, Eddie, Uncle John had the house in Cyprus, so do you want to use it, Steve? Well, that'd be nice. And you went to Cyprus, didn't use the house.
Yeah.
We're not going through Airbnb, nobody was making money out of it. It's not a business, but a lot of people are buying property around here, Eddie, where local people work. live and work. A young lad I know worked in the hotel, Eddie, down in Barcelona, Santiago. He get paid 1,100. Listen to this, Eddie. 1,100. He was on his own. Lovely kid. Absolute lovely kid from mainland Spain. He had to go back home. You know why, Eddie? He had a job there for life.
Yeah.
Could afford to live.
Yeah.
His apartment was €700 a month.
I've got a
700. That's €400 a month.
I've got a question.
It's got a question, everybody.
No.
Spit it out.
We're talking about young people not being able to get on the property ladder here.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Way back in the UK, you would move into a council house and pay rent, and then eventually the right to buy would come up. Now I know when
Manufacture.
when my mum and dad bought their house, it was a snip.
Pennies.
But the thing is, they had to live there so many years. Thanks, mate. So many years before the right to buy came up. But that way, a kid could get into a council house, prove that he was paying, buy the property.
Yeah.
Why don't we go back to that system?
Germany do it, Eddie.
It made a perfect sense to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Germany, fabulous socialist country.
Yeah.
They do it, Eddie. The majority of people in Germany rent. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Majority, you're talking way up to nearly 78%.
But when they rent, does the right to buy come up?
No, they don't want to buy it.
Well, I think if you want to be on the property ladder...
The government's on the property, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's owned by government,
Yeah,
like
but
a council house.
Yes, but if you want to be on the property ladder and you want to own property...
Yeah, maybe they do.
The rent to buy scheme, what used to happen, you'd go up the council office and there'd be a big notice on the wall of council houses to rent and exchanges. They used to call them
It's a bit of a
exchanges.
stigma to live in a council house.
Well, yeah, but then once you bought it, it ceased to be a council house.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is...
Right, where I come
the
from,
right
Eddie,
to
we didn't
buy
have any
came up.
council houses where I came from, actually.
No, well, you don't. You tend to have more like cells, don't you?
No, we didn't have... No, we had nice houses, upstairs, downstairs, front garden, back
Oh,
garden.
hang on a second. We had that in the council house, upstairs,
Really?
downstairs, back garden, front.
Really?
They're not all flats and tents.
In Glasgow, it's tenement buildings.
Tents and buildings.
No, tenements.
Tenement buildings.
Tenements up the close.
Yeah.
Use the toilet. Hang the washing out the back.
Oh, Rob's saying you can still do right to buy. I didn't realise that it was still there. But you see, the thing
There's
is,
no council houses
there
though,
are no
Rob.
council houses. So, I mean, they used to build entire streets, the council did, entire streets.
There's no room anymore,
And
Eddie.
they all started as, there is room.
There's no room.
There has to be.
There's no room. They're in hotels. They put the immigrants in hotels.
Build on the
And now the
green
government
belt.
wants to take people out of the hospital,
no.
get them off the beds, put them in hotels. There's
No,
no room.
listen, you're
What?
quite right there.
What, right?
You see,
Should we have a chocolate when we're...
no, not mine,
Right.
not mine, get off. Yeah, the thing is, right, it's like this. You're talking of it, you just brought immigrants into it then,
I've
right?
never mentioned immigrants.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
going on.
Yeah, but you see, you did mention them. But you see, if you put the council right to buy, right?
They would buy them.
Yeah, but you shouldn't let them. This is what we're talking about. Not letting
Foreigners buy.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it takes me 100 years, Eddie, I'll get you to be a Tory.
Right. Council houses were sold and did not build to replace the old ones sold. True. Darren says, sadly in Birmingham, the right to buy was corrupt. Families ended up with 20 houses within one family member who bought them. Yeah, but you've got to control that. You really have to. You see, Wendy just said exactly what I said. I believe that houses are now being built on green belt land. And Liz said she wasn't allowed to council house years ago because she worked. She had to rent private. And then bought my own at 21.
Well done, Lisa.
Worked out cheaper.
Yeah, yeah.
It's whatever works for you.
So that's what surprised me. Lisa and Ian are socialists because that's what a good conservative person would do. Work hard and pay it off.
Yeah.
Not dependent on the government.
Steve, I need some garam masala spice. Do you have any I could
Yes.
have?
Yes, I've got some, darling.
Right, now listen guys.
I've got a spice. Yes. Pop round. I'll bring some down tonight.
I don't know where that hour has gone. It's just gone.
Can I just say, I'm giving
Just
things
gone.
back. I'm giving things back here.
Yeah, are you becoming a supply chain?
I'm going supply chain, yes.
No way.
Do you want some fresh mustard as well?
Listen
I'll
guys,
bring it down, Tracy.
we're going to say thank you to our friends at XPTV1.
www.xptv1.com.
And don't forget, go to all your Android devices, all your TVs, download the apps. You can get it on Apple and everything. Say hello to us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and come and catch up with us
Yes.
on Spotify. Many thanks to everyone.
Everyone, Eddie.
Everyone's been talking to us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you next Saturday morning on the Multicoloured Talk Show. I have not been Steve Gerald from the Chicken Shack.
And I've not been Eddie Hastings from 60s Bar.
And we'll see you next Saturday morning on the Multicoloured Talk Show. Bye, guys.
You've been watching the Multicoloured Talk Show with Steve Gerald and Eddie Hastings.
I don't understand. That is awesome.
Don't forget to subscribe, like us, and set your notifications.